Hurricane Dennis coverage continues right here on the Weather Channel.
And good afternoon from Gulf Breeze, Florida here. We are a mile from the beach, and we are continuing to see the impacts of Dennis make its way in. Ladies and gentlemen, history in the making today. A Category 4 hurricane coming on shore. We'll give you the impacts coming up.
I'm Jeff Morrow, just across the causeway from where Jim is. I'm in Pensacola, the downtown area. We are within 2 to 3, maybe 3.5 hours of landfall of the eye of Dennis. Conditions will only get worse. We'll have a live update.
Well, welcome to our special storm alert coverage of Hurricane Dennis. A very important day to stay tuned here to the Weather Channel. I'm Heather Tesh.
And I'm Marshall Seas. Conditions going downhill very quickly along the Gulf Coast. Dennis is expected to cut an extensive path of damage, even well inland, when it slams on shore in just a few hours.
And again, we can look at some of the areas here that Dennis is going to be hitting here as we follow what's happening.
Pensacola Beach, you can see the camera being rocked by strong winds along the beach. Water level on the rise as well at Pensacola Beach. And again, we have meteorologists all along the Gulf Coast: Mike Bettis, Mike Seidel, Jim Cantori, and Jeff Morrow. Let's take a look at what you can expect the impact as this moves on shore. Not only will the Gulf Coast get rocked by strong winds, but there are inland hurricane warnings for southwestern Alabama and portions of Mississippi, too. Next 6 hours will carry this hurricane into those two states, and destructive winds, battering waves, and flooding along the coast is going to be a major problem over the next couple of hours. Let's take a look at Heather.
All right. Our team of Weather Channel meteorologists are fanned out along the Gulf Coast waiting again for Dennis's arrival. And we're going to take you here to Jim Cantori, who is in Gulf Breeze, Florida. Also, Jeff Morrow is in Pensacola, and Mike Seidel, who is in Mobile, Alabama.
All right, Heather, thank you very much. Yeah, we have a team of folks covering it out here for you. And again, what you're going to see, folks, over the next couple of hours, provided we can get the signal up, is conditions rapidly deteriorating, all right, because there is such a small core of that 100-plus mile-an-hour winds here, 130 actually in some cases, that conditions are going to rapidly go downhill here. I want to show you some pictures. Again, we are about 400 yards from the bay. We've moved off the beach. We're a mile from the beach here in Gulf Breeze on a peninsula, feeling safe at 23 feet above sea level here. But you can see even the bay rocking boats, water, waves splashing against the seawall here, just a rocking time, and winds continue to pick up here, 60, even 70 miles an hour. So what is it going to be like over the next couple of hours this afternoon into tonight? Let's check out the forecast. We are going to see conditions rapidly deteriorating. We have already had some sporadic power outages here. They're only going to get worse. We're going to see limbs come down over the next couple of hours. They're going to get bigger. We'll see trees, poles, etc., and also structural damage. Potentially major structural damage here, especially if we get into that core of 120-mile-an-hour winds. Right now, we're sitting at ground zero, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I can't tell you. Hopefully, I can show you how quickly conditions are going to deteriorate over the next couple of hours. So stick around for that. Right now, let's go in town. Jeff Morrow, 3 miles to my north, across the 3-mile bridge. Jeff, give us a live report from downtown Pensacola.
Hey, Jim, let's do that. Indeed, we've had some conditions just like you have, only 3 miles away, deteriorating here in the downtown area. I got to tell you, this is a ghost town. It is so eerie to not see anybody hardly out on the street. We've only seen maybe 1 or 2 cars go by here in the last hour to hour and a half. Just the whole town shut down and boarded up. Let's show you some pictures that were shot here just within the last hour or so. Again, the rain and the wind is just now starting to pick up a bit. I would estimate at times it gusts upwards of 50, 55 miles an hour. It has taken some limbs off of trees, and that has caused some flying debris, and that's probably our biggest threat for us as we're standing here on Government Street. We're going to have to get in a little bit more sheltered area as the hurricane comes in. As we come back here live, I want to show you some of that debris. This is what's flying down the streets right now, folks. Leaves and limbs like this, and even bigger in wind gusts that are flying it down the street, right down Government Street. So really not real safe to be out here too much. And as the wind picks up, we will definitely probably move our location. But we're looking right into the wind now. You're looking into the teeth of Dennis as the wind continues to pick up. And we only expect more debris and unfortunately more damage as we head on through the rest of this afternoon. Landfall probably within a matter of hours. Marshall and Heather, back to you.
All right, thank you. And we'll continue to monitor this now as we get very close here to when this system is going to be making its landfall.
Yes, that was Jeff Morrow. Mobile, Alabama. We can show you the center of circulation now. Just the hurricane force winds, to put it in perspective, are just about 10 miles away from the coast, and the areas east, including Destin and Navarre Beach, look as though they will endure the worst impact from this hurricane. Still a Category 4 hurricane as well, and even if it's on the threshold of Category 3 to 4, it will be the strongest hurricane to hit this area ever.
And again, you mentioned Eglin Air Force Base, Fort Walton Beach, Navarre, Pensacola, all of these areas here. Again, this is going to be extremely dangerous for this region here as we are looking for a direct impact here. Again, though, that the impacts are going to be widespread, and this includes far beyond these areas as we look for areas of flooding and significant damage here and erosion coming in along the beach. The worst, though, damage will be near that center. And landfall here, now we're expecting this between 2 and 3 Central Time, so it is imminent for these regions.
There is a tornado watch in effect along the Gulf Coast. Dr. Greg Forbes is here. He's going to be talking coming up in a couple of hours. Also, notice the proximity of the center of circulation to the Gulf Coast. What does that mean for you? Dr. Steve Lands is up next. Stay tuned for his update.
And we'll take you out here in Gulf Breeze area. You can see the winds picking up and the waves